I thought the Catholic Church was just crazy. How could anybody that has a brain that works be Catholic? I had so many problems with the Catholic Church, but of my top 10, I would have to say that Marian doctrines made up about 6 of those 10. I was petrified. When I started to see truths like this and so many others we could talk about, I was petrified. I didn't want it. I mean, I wanted to be a pastor of a Pentecostal church, man. I was looking for a good-looking wife that plays piano, man. I don't want this. And it was a fearful thing. But what happens is, once you dive in, you start seeing connections. You start seeing that theology. I think it was Frank Sheed who said theology is a symphony. And it is so true, because everything is connected ultimately, because truth is not just a concept, it's a person. Jesus said, I am the truth. I don't just speak truth, I am the truth.
Now, you mentioned co-redemptrix, I think, earlier. I wanted to ask you about a possible fifth Marian dogma that people have been talking about, and this is the idea of Mary being mediatrix. It's almost like Catholics are intent on scaring their Protestant brethren, you know? What else can we say that could freak them out? Explain what this means to us and why we don't need to be afraid of it.
Yes, absolutely.
One of my favorite little nuggets from the Akathist to Mary is where Mary is called trauma to the demons.
Yes.
I love the idea that she was a traumatic event that they still haven't recovered from.
And I love in the West the hammer of heretics. In the litany of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Why? Because, you know, think about the Nestorians. Think about the Christological heresies. If you get it right on Theotokos, you are safe and secure.
Beautiful.
If you deny, just as we saw with Mary, the Mother of God, if you deny, once again, it's easy to deny, but then you got to build something. If you deny Mary is perpetual virgin, then what are you saying about marriage? What are you saying about Jesus being born into this world? Was he really conceived out of wedlock? Do we really want to say that? Many Protestants do. The point is this. For me, I had the problem, but what about Matthew 13:55? We have the brothers of the Lord named, James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas. You got 4 brothers of the Lord. So if the Lord has brothers, that means Mary had other children. Airtight argument, right? Well, in fact, no, it is not. And here you have the woman clothed with the sun, on her head a crown of 12 stars, the moon under her feet. Verse 4 and 5, she gives birth to Jesus, the man-child who's to rule the nations with a rod of iron, quoting Psalm 2, the Messianic Psalm. This is obviously Jesus. Who gave birth to Jesus but Mary? And of course, my response was, well, that's not Mary, that's the church, or it's the Old Testament people of God. And of course, the Catholic responds, yes, amen.